Hello friends! Welcome back to Jess in the Pacific Northwest, my YouTube weight loss channel on a journey to lose 150 pounds with the help of Mounjaro. I am here today to give you my 10-week update on Mounjaro. It is my second injection of the 10 milligram. As I discussed last week, I ended up jumping from the 5 milligram up to the 10 milligram. If you want to find out why, you can go back and watch that video. I did my injection in my stomach a couple hours before bed, like normal. Nothing changed there. Woke up the next day and I was feeling all right. Honestly, I can't really remember too much because I was still sick and not feeling very good, but I was definitely feeling better than the previous week. Went to my Weight Watchers meeting and sat through that. That was a really good meeting, just going over strategies for the holidays, even something along the lines of if your strategy is to not lose weight at all, as long as you make a predetermined decision that that is what you're going to do, that you want to enjoy your holiday and that you are okay staying the same weight, or some people may even be okay gaining a couple pounds, and then doing like a reverse planning where if your plan is to not lose any weight at all, or maybe even gain a couple of pounds, to plan the steps that you need to take in order for that to become a reality. What my recommendation would be is to find out your basal metabolic rate, and it's how many calories you burn in a day. And then you kind of need to plan along those lines of, if your goal is to lose weight, obviously you need to take in less calories than that. If your goal is to stay exactly the same, you need to plan on those calories. And then if your plan is to gain weight, again, you still need to plan on that and how many calories you can go over and gain that amount of pounds. It's basically just all about pre-planning, thinking of things that could happen during the holidays and trying to make a preemptive plan for that. So it was a really good meeting and I enjoyed it. The reason that I'm discussing this a little bit more is I had a viewer ask me to touch a little bit more on the Weight Watchers. Even though I'm not tracking like every single day on their app, and I'm not following the points exactly because I am tracking calories and protein and stuff, and that doesn't always line up with their points for some reason. Like, I've tracked my calories and then inputted all that same exact food into the Weight Watchers app, and it has put me way over my points for the day. So I guess right now I'm just kind of doing what works for me, and kind of watching the calories and the protein has been working for me. And then also going to the meetings and getting the support there from the other members and the leader. That's really is what is keeping me continuing to go to Weight Watchers. I've also really been enjoying the support that I'm getting from people viewing this YouTube channel and all the comments, people giving recommendations on stuff that I never ever would have even thought of. I've started to get one or two maybe negative comments, but I am really a person that believes in to each their own. I don't think that we all need to agree on everything all the time. I don't believe that everyone needs to do the exact same thing to lose weight. I don't think that doing the exact same thing to lose weight would work for every single person, but I do think that we all have a common goal to lose weight. We all want to be healthy and enjoy the rest of our lives. And I think what I have gotten, even from the people that don't agree with what I'm doing, and maybe I don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, is that we can still support each other to reach those goals of becoming healthier people. I really love that. That's something that I try and do in all parts of my life, whether it be people's politics or religions or what have you. I am a person that I want to be happy, and I want other people to be happy. If I can support a person that doesn't necessarily believe everything that I believe, as long as they're not harming anyone and I'm not harming anyone, it's like live and let live. I don't know. I kind of wish that more people were of that mindset. I don't even think that people need to accept other people's beliefs. I just think that we can all respect each other as human beings.
You are a wonderful human being, and I love you.
That everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. Anyway, I'm stepping down from my soapbox. I don't even know where that came from. This week, side effects were bad. Really, really bad. I am on a Facebook group and I've heard people talk about some of these side effects, and up until this last week I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I'm not really having too many side effects, nothing that isn't manageable. And this week I was hit with so many. It was really unbelievable. I didn't consider going off the medication, but I was definitely like, something here needs to change. I can't continue with another week the way that this week went. Basically, the side effects I got were 2 days after I did the injection. It was either 2 or 3 days, but I think 2 days. I ended up getting the sulfur burps first, which is disgusting. Those burps then like make you nauseous. At least for me, like, it was just beyond gross. I have never experienced anything like that before in my life, and it was horrible. Second thing was severe diarrhea. It woke me up early morning on the third day, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up and it was just coming out of me, and I had the burps at the same time. I felt extremely nauseous. I was worried that I was going to have to grab the trash can and that it was going to be coming out of both ends. That did not end up happening, but I was extremely nauseous. My stomach was not feeling well. I think I was probably up for maybe about half hour and then went back to bed, but I think I must have gotten up at least one more time before my alarm went off. I was just hurting, and that lasted for the rest of the week. The funny thing is that even though I had diarrhea, I still felt like backed up. I almost like still felt kind of constipated, which was very, very confusing to me. I don't really know how to explain it. I didn't feel like I could eat very much at a time because I just felt like my stomach was so full. Then of course I was nervous to be taking the magnesium that I normally take for the constipation because I had such bad diarrhea. It was a really rough week. I had the sulfur burps, diarrhea, still felt constipated, bloated, and nauseous. Definitely by the end of the week, it was getting better, which was a relief. I didn't know if I should delay taking the next shot by a couple days, or I wasn't really too sure what I was going to do about that. I weighed in Saturday morning and I was down 1.4 pounds, which is a good number, and I'm happy with that. I'm honestly glad that it was not another really high number, because I think it has been like the last 4 weeks that I've lost more than 3 pounds. So I was happy to be under 2 pounds this week. I weighed in at 293.2 for a total of 31.8 pounds so far.
Dude, that kicks ass!
I did have an appointment with my dietitian, and I came up with some questions beforehand to ask her. Being on the 10 milligram now, I am having way more appetite suppression than I had on either of the 2 doses prior. So how am I supposed to hit those calorie goals if I'm so full that I can't eat? I will preface this part just by saying that these are my questions to my dietitian. All the advice that I am going to share with you is advice that she gave to me. Specifically, she knows what I'm doing, what my goals are. I am not recommending this advice to you. I'm just sharing it. Should you be eating higher calorie foods or still trying to stick with foods that you would be eating to achieve your weight loss goals? She said, when you're sick, all the guidelines that you have for your weight loss goals are pretty much out the window. If you're not feeling well, then eat what sounds good. Listen to your body and try and get as much nutrients as you can into your body. One of the things that sounded really good when I had the flu was pho. She said that that was a great thing to eat if I wasn't very hungry. I could drink the broth. Being that I was running such a high fever and probably dehydrated, it was probably my body wanting the sodium and the liquid. Sometimes you're missing key nutrients out of your diet that your body will start craving foods that have those things. She said that I definitely want to be trying to hit that 1650 every single day, but waiting till the end of the day and then eating a bunch of food that is high in calories and high in sugar is not the best option. Her recommendation was look at my days, how it has been going, and see where maybe along the day I can make changes and go to some higher calorie foods that are still healthy, that have more of those nutrients in them. Like for instance, a breakfast that I enjoy quite a bit is cottage cheese with satsumas on it. And I've been eating the non-fat cottage cheese. So maybe I need to bump that up to like a low-fat cottage cheese, or I don't know, maybe even full fat cottage cheese. That would be a lot healthier of an option than waiting to the end of the day and eating chips or junk or ice cream, candy, whatever. By making that change, I'm not going to be eating necessarily more food. It's just going to be more calorie dense food. Should I try and eat breakfast earlier, like maybe before I even leave for work, even if I'm not hungry? To that, she responded back, try it and see. Maybe it doesn't even need to be like a full-fledged breakfast, but she said maybe it is a good idea to start getting in some calories earlier in the day versus empty calories at the end of the day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it and see. Normally I don't eat breakfast until about 10 or 10:30, but then I'm not eating lunch until a little bit later, and then I don't eat dinner till later, and then it's like, 8 o'clock at night and I haven't hit my calorie goals. In other weight loss programs that I followed, even Weight Watchers doesn't not recommend them, but does not recommend them either. In fact, on the Weight Watchers app, if you take food and blend it into a smoothie, then the point value actually goes up on those foods. So to me, it does seem like a way of trying to deter people from drinking their calories versus eating the whole foods. The reason that I asked about smoothies is because for me, a lot of times it's easier to consume more calories by drinking something versus like eating the food, which is probably why most weight loss programs tell you to not really do it. I think if you're not careful with it, that you can consume more calories than you're intending on. But right now, with me not being able to almost like get enough calories, it's not something that I'm really concerned about. And I am still making healthy choices as far as those smoothies. So they're not like loaded down with sugar. For instance, the other morning I made a smoothie and it was half a banana, 4 ounces of frozen strawberries, 2 scoops of whey isolate protein mix with no sugar in it, 6 ounces of oat milk, and 1 ounce of rolled oats. She said that that smoothie was a great choice, and she said even if I wanted to that I could leave out the oats because the fruit with the strawberries and banana has carbs already in it. What I found is that when I add the oats to it, it helps to sustain me longer throughout the day. I've tried it both ways, but for me, I prefer to add the oats. It's normally told that if you're not hungry, then don't eat. That's something that I've been struggling with a little bit now these last couple weeks because I'm not hungry. I mean, literally today, it was almost 1 o'clock. I hadn't eaten and I still wasn't hungry. So she said, for a normal person, you want to listen to your hunger signal. So if you're not hungry, you don't eat. And if you're hungry, then you eat. That does not apply if you're taking a medicine that one of the side effects is reduced hunger. No matter what, it's important to be hitting those calorie goals. I don't want to ruin my metabolism by not taking in enough calories. And if I start consistently taking in less than 1,600 calories a day, she's saying that my metabolism is going to slow down. I know that that is not every doctor's recommendations. I've seen other people on Mounjaro and I've watched their YouTube channels and I've heard them say that their doctors say that they can go less calories. Like I said, every person is going to be different and that doctor knows that person's history, and my doctors and my dietitian know my history and my goals, and so I'm going to follow their advice. And if it's not working for me, then I'm going to talk with them next time and let them know that it didn't work and go from there. Basically what I have been doing is I'll start eating my lunch and I'll get full about halfway through, and then I kind of just let it sit on my desk and I'll continue to graze on it and take small bites here or there. It's taking me like a couple hours before I'm able to finish it. Her recommendation was that I should be not grazing on it because, again, we are trying to build habits that we will want to take with us once we're no longer on Mounjaro. So I don't want to be building the habit now of just grazing all day long. What she would recommend that I do is once I get full and I don't feel like I can eat anymore, actually go put it away in the refrigerator and then grab it again a couple hours later and finish it. I kind of knew that that's what her answer would be, which is why I asked the question. I kind of knew that what I was doing is probably not what I should be doing. I hope maybe there were some helpful tidbits in there for you guys. Sorry, my cat's distracting me. Pix, come on. See if she'll hop up and we'll introduce you. Pixie, come on. Come on. Oh, hi. Hi, come here. Over here. Come here. Pixie Roo. Oh, say hi. Oh, say hi. Look, Pix. Up here. We have 3 kitties, and so Pixie here is the oldest one. I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday with your families or friends or whomever you spend the holidays with. Even if you're on your own, I hope that you find something special to do for yourself. We'll see you next week. Bye.